Behind the bar, after making a career stirring and shaking cocktails here in D.C., a Vietnam-era refugee is giving back and changing lives in his home country.
Plus, the star pup of A Dog's Way Home makes a special visit to Children's National Medical Center, bringing plenty of tail wags and puppy kisses.
And scones, coffee, and education. A Georgetown bakery and Made in D.C. destination is giving veterans opportunities to build a future in the district. All of that ahead on this We Are Washington feature special.
Things aren't always as they first appear. That sentiment holds true for a well-known bartender at the St. Regis Hotel on 16th Street in D.C. Sam Leck has been serving drinks for his customers for more than 40 years, with a unique style that leaves a mark on casual patrons as well as regulars. A refugee who escaped genocide in Cambodia, Sam is using his skills and contacts he's made over the years to change the lives of those still living in his home country. Now the story of humanitarian and philanthropist Sam Leck.
I'm very friendly. I talk to them. Feedback to the guests, they say, Sam, this is the best bar. A bartender smiled at me. It's a good touch, something that when you look at their eye, smiling and showtime and friendly, very friendly. My name is Sam. I'm a bartender at St. Regis, Washington, D.C. I built my reputation when I first started at the Mayflower. I sent Christmas cards about 10 to 10 Christmas cards the first year. And a lot of people like it. And then I start, and then in 2012, I sent about close to 3,000 cards. 3,000, I signed it. Public relations, that's very important. When the customer coming at the bar, they want to be known that they are very important. Sometimes I call a manager, come to meet my customer from the Mayflower or new customer. They shake hands, they make them in touch. I observe that guests enjoy that. When they come to the bar, they want to be entertained. But I have my limit. When they talk about the business, leave them alone, give them a drink, walk away. When they're talking about entertainment, oh, movie, and then I introduce it. Sometimes I show magic trick to the guy who sits next to them. Then they like it. And one time, we had a customer sit here, and he's so, we all have bad day and good day. He looks so sad. I leave him alone, give him a cocktail, walk away. Then I show magic trick to the customer who sits next to him. You wouldn't believe it. Their face changed, like wow. You can tell right away, Sam, how you do that? And then at least I make that guy happy for 10 seconds. Yes. My father was a diplomat, and that time we had war between communists in Cambodia. They allow only children and the diplomat get out from Cambodia. I was so fortunate and get out, go to India. I learned English, and then I get a visa to United States in 1974. I sponsored my mom to come to United States, and then she passed away in 1989. And she used to give away things to poor people. I did the same way she did. And then it touched me. I said, well, I had to do something for my poor people. So I know my customer, my regular customer, we talked to him, his CPA, and then he created a 501c3 for me, samrelief.org. Since then, we raised a lot of money. Now, we built 27 schools, and more than 10,000 students attend my school. And we're digging well, and scholarship, and Rise to the Children's Hospital. A lot of families bring the children to the hospital and no rice, it's so poor. So I say, ma'am, don't worry, the rice on me. I raise the money, I send them money, they buy rice. So far we donate about 128 tons of rice to the poor people. I keep doing now. We work hard. Let's say you're my customer and you enjoy my cocktail and the showtime, and you know about what I'm doing, and you give me a business card. I enter to my computer, I say, Mr. Mart, blah, blah, blah. Guests in the St. Regis. Most of them, I remember their name and their drink, most of them. They like it, and they say thank you for doing that. and they give me a donation. They send it to me, and then we use it 100%. I spend my own ticket, my wife and we spend our time just give away. I love it. Honestly, I love bartending because I love to see people. I love to make the people happy, smiling, make their day.
It wasn't that long ago the District of Columbia was considered a beer town without a brewery to call its own. That all changed when DC Brau co-founders Brandon Skall and Jeff Hancock opened the doors to their brewery in Ward 5.
Ever since, they've been crafting award-winning brew with a growing reach on the East Coast. Here's their story.
It's been said, if you do what you love, you never work a day in your life.
A shared love of alcohol, particularly beer.
It's what brought the co-founders of DC Brau Brewery together.
We met at a house party. We both had a love for beer at that point. I was already working in the industry. Brandon was as well, just on the wine side. We saw that there was a need for a homegrown DC brewery that produced beer. So we kind of saw the kind of hole in the armor and decided to move forward with the brewery, and we incorporated and formed in 2009.
And that's just where their story begins. Now in business for 10 years, the warehouse on Bladensburg Road in some ways looks like a family business.
At its heart it is, we call it our extended family. We got right around 45 employees between full and part-time.
In other ways, it looks like part of a full-scale factory operation, built to distribute its unique craft brews to the district and surrounding states.
This room houses all of the empty cans before they get filled with beer. Each one of these pallets holds a little over 8,000 cans, so if I had to estimate, I mean, we're probably between 500,000 and 750,000 cans currently. They get carted over by forklift. They get loaded in this part of the machine, which is called a depalletizer. They then get raised off to a conveyor belt. That conveyor belt goes down, and then they go to the filling unit, where they get filled, and then right after that is the seaming unit, where the lids get affixed to the can. And they take a little journey on the conveyor belt and then come into this machine here, which affixes a 6-pack. And then when it pops out, we get perfectly canned and 6-packed beer that gets palletized and then put in our large refrigerator.
And in case you were wondering,
it does come out cold. We package the beer right around 30 to 32 degrees.
Visitors can try it out fresh, on tap in DC Brau's tasting room. And judging by the long list of recognitions, people like what they're serving up. The brew company even won 2017's Best Food and Beverage Producer of the Year from the Restaurant Association of Metropolitan Washington.
DC Brau has won a good amount of awards, both for our beer and also some recognition for what we've done community-wise.
Giving back to the city that has supported them over the years is part of the philosophy that's behind their business.
We really wanted to brand our brewery around the community. We're both from Washington, D.C. area, and we really wanted to focus on that. But there's a responsibility that comes with that. So giving back is a very big part of what we do here, both to charities and also just to folks showcasing our city. For example, our Made in D.C. Marketplace. We do that every year. We do it on Small Business Saturday, and we feature multiple vendors who are all here producing products right here in the district.
A philosophy about creating something unique and embracing the city they call home.
I love that wall of cans that they have. It's like artwork, you know? It looks like art. One thing I realized actually now just thinking about this is that I'm being a bad co-host, I think, because when you went and toured Nice Cream
right
in Adams Morgan, you came back and
a pint,
and I had ice cream.
Yes, a whole pint.
I'm sorry.
You go to the brewery and nothing.
No growler.
Nothing, no.
I'm sorry. I should have brought back a growler for you.
Next time. And, you know, I feel very comfortable, you know, around all this brewery stuff. Originally, I'm from Milwaukee, so I love this stuff. I was looking forward to maybe trying something, but anyway, maybe that's something for the weekend.
I messed up.
Okay, yeah, next time.
You can tour. You can actually tour DC Brau if you'd like yourself. On Saturdays, they do free tours.
Okay.
So you can go check out the operation.
And then I'll try it.
After the break, the star pup of A Dog's Way Home makes a special visit to Children's National Medical Center, bringing plenty of tail wags and puppy kisses.
And scones, coffee, and education. A Georgetown bakery and Made in D.C. destination is giving veterans opportunities to build a future in the district.
A Dog's Way Home tells the heartwarming story of a lost puppy's epic journey to find her way back home. The new movie marks the Hollywood debut of Shelby, a formerly stray dog who made a special visit to Children's National Medical Center in D.C.
Not surprisingly, Shelby was a big hit with all the patients. And as we learned, her real-life story is just as inspiring as the movie. Take a look.
Go home. That's it, Bella. Go home.
First of all, just tell me a little bit about the movie.
Well, the movie is the story of Bella, played by Miss Shelby. Bella is classified in Denver as a pit bull, and she doesn't look like a classic pit bull, but it turns out the way the law works in Denver, a pit bull is a pit bull if someone says it's a pit bull. So they're illegal in Denver, so she's sent many hundreds of miles away temporarily, but she doesn't know it's temporary. So she jumps a fence to make her way back to Denver to be back with her person. And that's through the Rocky Mountains, some of the most treacherous territory in our continent. And takes her a couple of years, but she just feels that pull of the invisible leash of love dragging her back, pulling her back to be with her person. I think what resonates, especially right now, is people want a joyous, uplifting, fun, family movie that's about love, it's about spirituality in terms of the connection that a dog feels with people. And so, you know, you go to a movie with a dog in it, you know it's going to be that kind of movie.
Right, right. And tell me a little bit about the process of movie making with a dog. What is that experience like? Do you think that Bella, or actually Shelby playing Bella, do you think that she enjoys the process of movie making?
Oh, there's no question. And remember, Shelby started out as a dog living in a landfill in Tennessee. And we flew down, Catherine and I flew down to meet Shelby and wound up saying, this is the dog. We gave Shelby to a trainer, and Shelby learned how to be Bella. And Shelby went from having no purpose in life beyond survival and no real human contact to having a life full of people, full of love, and full of purpose. And dogs love to have a purpose. And so watching her work on set, you could just see she was enjoying every moment of it.
And what a great message about rescue dogs.
Oh, absolutely. Rescue dogs can do anything. And we need to recognize that. There are so many dogs out there that need homes, and they are abandoned and lost through no fault of their own. We took over dogs' lives. We feed them, we train them, and we abandon them, and unfortunately, some people abuse them. That's all on us because they can't live in the wild anymore. It's not like you could open your back door and say, go be free.
Right, right.
They're dependent upon us, and we owe it to them in return to take care of them.
Right. Well, it's a great story. I encourage everyone to see it. And Miss Shelby, Oscar's right around the corner.
Yeah,
I don't think, yes.
For your consideration.
For your consideration, exactly. I don't think Lady Gaga has anything on you. No. Thank you guys so much.
Oh, thank you so much.
Shelby is a great actress, great with kids. Is this the first movie star you've ever met?
You know, Shelby was not the first movie star I've ever met, but she is definitely my favorite.
I can imagine. Yeah, definitely. Coming up after the break, we're bringing you to a Made in DC spot that is baking tasty treats and supporting military veterans looking for success in civilian life.
Visit Dog Tag Bakery and you'll find all the delicious sweet and savory baked goods that you might expect. But that's just a small part of the mission of this Georgetown bake shop, which makes it deliciously simple to give back to veterans and military families.
From the outside, it has all the familiar sights and smells you'd expect from a Georgetown bake shop.
We have front of house, we have back of house that come in every morning, starting at 12:30 a.m. and start baking fresh bread and fresh breakfast products.
Inside, Dog Tag Bakery serves up decadent treats and coffee for patrons, and opportunity for military veterans and their families.
We wanted to have a cafe and kitchen where we can make beautiful, delicious, natural products, but then above actually run a nonprofit.
Co-founders Connie Milstein and Father Rick Curry's shared passion for enriching the lives and careers of veterans built this pastry destination/business school where students get a range of experience.
Anything from management, accounting. So what we do is that they rotate through the front of house, the back of house, with our staff that works here every day. The bakery becomes a real live model of what a small business is, and they get to actually test different theories through it.
Through a partnership with Georgetown University, fellows of Dog Tag Bakery have a unique chance to build their bake shop chops into long-term, lasting career success.
So 6 hours a week, our fellows are actually focusing on their education. So they take 7 courses, and upon passing papers, tests, presentations, all the works, they graduate with a certificate in business administration from Georgetown University's School of Continuing Studies.
Dog Tag Bakery focuses on empowering veterans with disabilities, military spouses, and caregivers in a way that transcends any one branch and embraces the culture of all service members.
When we were thinking of something that went across all the branches, they have different colors, different grunts, but the one thing everyone understood was a dog tag. And even those who haven't served and their grandparents have, the one thing they hold on to is a dog tag.
That namesake is front and center with a poignant display.
Well, Father Curry found a chandelier in the Chicago Vietnam Memorial Museum of massive chandelier made of dog tags. And he really wanted to bring that. He thought that was, a beautiful piece of artwork that also could then be part of a conversation with our community of saying, this is who we serve. So when you look up and you see dog tags, it's a reminder that our military are still out there serving, but your involvement here in the bakery and purchasing product are now giving back to that same community.
The opportunity to give back can be found in every corner of this store. Buying baked goods like these contributes to programs that are creating a bridge toward a successful civilian life, arming vets and their families with the skills and resources to make them employable and competitive.
For us, success really means what happens once they leave here, and now you're moving forward.
I always enjoy seeing all these put together, but it's a good reminder, too, of some of the places you get to go and people you get to meet. Yeah. And Sam Leck is one of those people. Had a lot of fun getting to know him and trying to learn card tricks, trying to learn how to change money into different denominations. I was not good at any of it by the end of our shoot that day, but he's a tremendous person with a tremendous story. So glad we got a chance to highlight that story again.
Yeah, so inspiring. That's one of those stories you watch. It was so well done, and you can't help but kind of look at your own life and say, you know what? Yeah, I could give back a little bit more, I think.
Well, thanks for joining us on this We Are Washington feature special. That is all the time that we have for today, but we'd like to remind you, if you want to go and see any more of these features or programs, full episodes, we have them all for you. If you search Entertain DC on YouTube, you can go see, I don't know how many, dozens of them, hundreds, I don't know.
You can just, sit at home all day and it's just a We Are Washington free-for-all.
You can take up your weekend.
Yes.
Right? That's it. That's all we have time for today.
See you next time.